Welcome back to another episode of the Force Lake Morning Show. I'm Tyler.
I'm Brendan.
And today we're talking about the top 5 most iconic intro guitar riffs in the history of music. And
I'm excited for this one.
You're excited for this one?
I'm a little biased.
I was going to say, is that perhaps because you do play guitar?
I played all these riffs as a kid, you know?
So the top 5 of yours you've played, you know them.
Yeah.
Like you can play them. I can't say the same, but I do like the ones that I've chosen. So, no set guidelines really. It's just
no guidelines.
Just iconic.
Yeah.
We understand there are generational differences, right? Like, you know, parents. I know when I talked about this with my mom and dad, they were like, "Why the hell is that in your list? What about this song?
Where's Elvis?
Yeah, where's this or that?" You know, they didn't say Elvis. I think even that was a little. My parents are punk. They're like punk rockers.
Okay.
Punk rock or classic rock. So Elvis wasn't cool for them, but
yeah, it's kind of all relative.
It's relative,
but for us, from our perspective, and we're not thinking just like modern day songs,
right?
Like of all time.
We're trying to take just the top 5 that are like to us the most iconic.
Yeah.
Do we do all 5 years, or we go 1 and 1 and 2 and 2?
Do 1 and 1.
Okay. All right. What do you got as your number one? And is this in particular?
No,
order?
so this is not in order. Because I was just thinking about that. No.
Okay. So just the top 5 most iconic guitar riffs.
Yeah, I'm gonna start with Thunderstruck by ACDC.
ACDC.
Thunderstruck.
Any particular
I feel like
reason?
we should put a little clip of the song, like that song. You know, something like that.
Okay, why are you choosing this one?
Yeah, Thunderstruck. I mean, for every guitar player, it's like if you can play Thunderstruck, you're good. You know, it's crazy. That's like the riff that you show off when you're first learning.
Is that the riff you go to Guitar Center and just
no? That's like the anti-Guitar Center. You know,
the anti-Guitar Center one.
Yeah, that and like Sweet Child. But it's the most iconic riff. Like you hear that, you instantly know. Oh, jeez, I'm either watching a football game or watching like a Army video clip or something. But
some of these songs we factored in, like you'll hear them at every football game or any sports event or any event, because it's just like it gets a crowd pumped.
It does. It's a pumper, man.
It's a pumper.
I feel like you could do any. It's a pumper. You could do any ACDC song, and it's like an iconic guitar riff, and they only use like 4 chords for every song.
Yeah, I don't know why or how, but ACDC changed the game with like iconic guitar riffs, because you could talk
4 notes. That's
4
it.
notes. You could talk
Back in Black.
Yep. TNT.
Shoot to Thrill. Hell's Bells.
Hell's Bells is another one. It's incredible what Angus Young.
Hell's Bells is another big football one.
Yeah.
You hear the bell going, and everyone starts going crazy.
But Thunderstruck's just. I'll give you Thunderstruck. That's incredible.
That might be in order. Starting off strong with them.
Yeah, I feel like any generation will be like, okay, yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Older or younger, like kids nowadays, they'll hear that, don't even know what it is, but they're like, I like this.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
What do you got?
My first one's gonna be "Eye of the Tiger" by Survivor,
Okay.
because I think that not only is applicable to sports events or any event, but like that's even just like funny, like any like social gathering you could play. Like,
It's very iconic.
Yeah, it's super iconic. You know, I know there's people you can make jokes about it, or you know, if you want to jokefully cheer somebody on, you could play that song. It's just like good spirited, and you know it as soon as you hear it.
I feel like is that another like sport event song?
Eye of the Tiger.
I kind of think a lot of these might be.
A lot of them are, which is proving how iconic they are across generations.
I'm thinking like the rest of my list. I don't think they'd be in sport events.
Oh.
Maybe one of them.
Well, then good. We're starting off with these ones.
Yeah.
I don't know too much else about the band Survivor or their other songs, but Eye of the Tiger is great. I think many people who know the song don't even know the name of the song. They might be like, even though it's in the song, you know.
Yeah.
They're probably just like,
or they don't know the band name or anything else.
But they know.
It's kind of a one-hit thing for them.
Yeah. God, it's good. Okay.
Classic.
Moving on to number 2.
Yeah, I'm going to hop over to U2 here, and I'm going to say "Where the Streets Have No Name."
Okay.
Honestly, so it's such a cool song. This is one of those songs where like I wish I wrote it as like a guitar player or just like a songwriter, producer. This is the one song that's like, wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
And you hear that intro guitar riff, that with all the delay, all the little chime on it, and you're like, dang. Yeah, just got it. He got it right on that one.
Imagine how they felt when they were writing that.
He knew he had something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's the song that they say started off as like a very heavy church gospel song. And
did it really?
I think there's a video of it on YouTube, but they sit in the studio with the producer and they say, hey, this is what we started with. And it's like this super gospel song and it's in a whole different key. And then they were like, we manipulated it into this, which is what it is now. And they were like, yeah, this sounds so much better. So it is iconic. I don't know if that one maybe reaches newer generations, younger kids now.
Possibly not. That's why we'll play it,
But it is a great song. Obviously, we love it. We're U2 fans, but
yeah. I remember hearing that one live, and I was just like, whoa. I had like chills. I'm like, yeah.
And that's
cool.
That's the beauty of it, right? Music should be. It's supposed to be emotional. It's supposed to. The best music creates emotion, and that song does something to you. Mm-hmm. Whatever it is, whoever you are. I feel like even if you don't like that kind of music, you can hear it, and you're like,
yeah, go listen to that with headphones.
Oh, it's good. And listen to the live version anywhere. There's a live version that they do in Madison Square Garden in the 80s. And it's one of my favorite versions of it.
What else you got?
Mine's going to be more pop culture. It's going to be Mr. Brightside by the Killers.
Okay. I feel like if you go out to any college bar, you're going to hear this.
And that's why I'm bringing it up, because when I was dating a girl who was at the Ohio State University.
Okay.
And
yeah,
when I was in the military, so like I didn't have the college experience, but every time I went there, this song would play anytime we went out.
Yeah.
And dude, I'm telling you, you talk about people going nuts.
That was the song. Like you hear that guitar intro. That is a really cool intro.
It's super cool, and everybody knows 100% of the lyrics to it. And my first exposure to it in a bar is like, I'm just sitting there like saying watermelon, trying to.
We could have like a whole like drunk song podcast.
Yes.
Like, what are the best drunk songs?
This is
and
a
that
great
would be
drunk
like
song.
number one.
It does do something to you when you're drunk with how you feel, but I didn't know the lyrics, but everybody knows the lyrics of the song. You could put this on and people just start singing it with their heart.
Yeah, I mean, even if they don't know the lyrics, they're just sitting there like screaming along to it.
Yeah.
Just the melody.
Because it's just fun. It's the atmosphere.
Everyone in the whole bar sings
even if you're sober. You don't need to be drunk. It's a great song.
Yeah.
But definitely the environment. I'm glad you said that because that's exactly why it's on my list.
Yeah, that's funny.
I think it will forever be have its place in that generational category of pop culture.
Yeah.
Number 3. What you got?
Number 3? Sweet Home Alabama.
Classic.
It's a classic. It was almost like too classic to put on the list. I felt a little like a sellout putting it on here, but we said iconic guitar riffs of all time.
Yeah.
Sweet Home Alabama. Leonard Skinner.
Who doesn't know it?
Exactly. Hear that? I mean, it's enough said. It's Sweet Home Alabama.
Yeah. What else do you need to say? I don't even know. It's just it's playing in my head right now, and I'm just like,
you're rocking out to it. Yeah.
It's just like
Moving on. What do you got?
You're like, all right, we gotta.
That's all you have to say about it. Sweet Home Alabama.
I think you briefly mentioned this earlier. Sweet Child of Mine by Guns N' Roses. Classic. I don't even know what category.
Go into your closest Guitar Center and play that riff.
Yeah.
Everyone will love you.
Something about Sweet Child of Mine. Yeah. It's just great. I'm not a big Guns N' Roses fan, but that song is just so good.
It's fun to play.
For an intro guitar riff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is fun to play. I know that was on Guitar Hero, wasn't it? A lot of these songs might have been, but
yeah,
that one was fun to play.
Slash, man. Slash is so good.
Slash is a great guitar player.
Slash is so good. So Slash was a huge influence on me from like his blues perspective.
Really?
He does a lot of blues stuff. And I was like, man, he throws like blues into rock? You can do that? That was kind of like my first intro into that.
From Guitar Hero or whatever? Or just when you
just from
got
like
into
actually playing guitar.
Playing guitar.
Yeah. Learning his stuff. I'm like, man, he's like doing like blues scales in there. I'm like, good for him.
Now, do you know how to play Sweet Child of Mine?
Who doesn't?
I don't.
You're a bass player. Get a guitar player. Like, give him a guitar and tell them to play Sweet Child of Mine.
They're not a guitar player until they learn Sweet Child of Mine.
God, I wish I never learned that.
Really? You can't forget it.
Yeah.
All right, number 4.
Quattro.
Yeah, 4 for you.
Slow Dancing in a Burning Room. John Mayer.
Okay, there's a little personal connection here.
So, potentially. But this, like that riff, that intro, he comes on. Doom, doom,
we'll have it played here. But
Awesome.
yeah,
Yeah. We'll
not
play it
because
back
you're
here.
just a John Mayer
Well,
fanatic.
yeah, I'm a huge John Mayer fan, but that riff is just so cool.
Okay.
To me, at least. As like a guitar player, you play that riff. I can play that riff all day. It's awesome.
Yeah, I will say I never really was huge into John Mayer until I met you and you exposed me to John Mayer, and I was like, wow, this guy actually is fucking good.
For all the guitar players out there, if you know how to play Neon by John Mayer, that's like, that's a hard one.
Really?
Yeah, it's like all finger picking.
What's the song you would play by John Mayer to serenade your girlfriend? Like you want to serenade a girl.
And I have to play a John Mayer song. It's
Well,
come
yeah,
down.
which one you picking?
Slow Dancing, maybe?
You're gonna pick the same one.
Possibly.
What's the
Yeah.
one? What's the other one we listen to all the time?
Queen of California.
Queen of California.
All-time favorite
That was
song.
good.
Yeah.
That's catchy.
Yeah. I wish I wrote that one. Screw you too. I wish I wrote that.
Yeah, that would have been fun to write. Whoa! Don't say it. Don't say that.
It took some time.
It took a minute to
Yeah.
register what you just said there, but let's put you two in proper respects here.
All right, number 5. Is this number 5? Number 4 for you.
Number 4 for me is going to be "Enter Sandman" by Metallica. Another sporting event song, or just any event. It gets the crowd pumped.
That's classic.
You know it. It brings out the anger and the attitude in anyone because it's just that kind of song.
Yeah. Metallica has a lot, I think.
Metallica's on tour right now, aren't they?
Are they?
Yeah, I think they are right now. I don't know any more details on it, but I think I saw somebody
Imagine being James Hetfield and you're still having to like scream all these songs.
scream them all, dude.
Yeah, and you're how old? How old is he? Like
I don't know.
50s,
They've been around
60s
for
maybe?
a minute, but they're
And he's
killing it.
screaming metal songs.
Yeah, maybe it's got to be hard. Maybe
Yeah.
he's toned it down, or maybe they changed
Probably.
the octaves or the keys of the songs.
Hmm.
I don't know, but classic song, iconic riff that you just, I mean, you just you want to rock out to it.
Yeah.
Number
Classic.
5.
Last but not least, I put Stairway to Heaven.
No, you didn't.
Zeppelin.
Oh god.
Stairway to Heaven.
Oh, that's the guitar. That's the iconic
That's the riff.
cheesy guitar
So
song.
I chose it because like anyone hears that they know the song, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do they want to listen to all 9 minutes of it? Maybe not. But it's that initial riff, and then for like from a music standpoint, especially from like a guitar player standpoint, that's when Jimmy Page was using the double neck SG, and it's so cool. You know, he's using the 12 string on it, and then switching down to the 6 string for like the solo and the rest of the song. But
That's a good one.
Jimmy Page on a double neck, yeah. Stairway to Heaven.
See, when you said Stairway to Heaven, I'm thinking, I said it was a cheesy, that's like the cheesy iconic guitar riff. I was thinking of Freebird.
Oh,
But Freebird's the one that's like, oh.
Little different.
Everyone's like, I'll play Freebird, like as a joke.
yeah.
But Stairway to Heaven, no, that's a well-respected, very good song. It is, how long is that, like?
9, 10
9,
minutes.
10
something
minutes,
like
you
that.
said? Yeah, it's
Pretty long. A
really
lot of
good,
Zeppelin
though.
songs were long. People had attention spans back then.
They did. I also don't know if I've heard Stairway to Heaven all the way through.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I probably should.
You're being serious right now. All right, after this,
Well, yeah, we'll listen to it. I'm not a big Led Zeppelin fan. I respect them. I've played their music growing up in the School of Rock, but like, I never got into them. But I love them. I still like them a lot.
Fair
I just
enough.
don't listen to them.
What you got?
I'm closing it out. My top 5 with the greatest guitar player of all time. Not debatable. Jimi Hendrix. Going with a song called Voodoo Child. Now, my dad, who started playing guitar because of Jimi Hendrix back in the 60s when he was a teenager.
It's like a lot of people.
Yeah. But I think that's the only reason I even know how to play an instrument is because my dad got into it from my mom. But he is a all along the Watchtower kind of guy. Like through and through. Jimi Hendrix, greatest guitar player of all time, but the greatest song by Jimi Hendrix is All Along the Watchtower. But I'm going with Voodoo Child. And you even mentioned too, we spoke about it. You said it is that wah pedal effect
Yeah.
for guitar players.
I feel like if anyone has a wah pedal in front of them, they just start doing that and then they start playing. You know,
it's cool.
It's an immediate thing. You have to do it.
Yeah. Now, if you ever get a chance to look up a video of Jimi Hendrix playing live, specifically, there's some really good quality footage of him playing live shows, and you just see how this dude's playing. Mm-hmm. I mean,
I think I saw the Woodstock one,
yeah.
and it was crazy. he's like manipulating the guitar.
Dude, it's like he's not even playing the. He'll have one hand and he'll be just doing hand-rounds or whatever. He'll solo with one hand while this other hand's doing like just.
Yeah,
it's
his
just
foot's on a wall or something.
I don't know how to describe the emotion that's he's putting into the guitar, or that both him and the guitar are putting into that performance. But I watch it on a computer screen and I'm feeling it.
Yeah,
decades later,
he's the greatest. I mean, so fun fact: Joe Rogan is a huge fan of Jimi Hendrix.
No shit.
And like Jimi Hendrix has the Jimi Hendrix Experience.
Yeah.
Joe Rogan named a show after that.
Oh, is that
the
really
Joe
what he did?
Rogan Experience?
Because it's like an ode to.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's a huge, huge Hendrix nerd.
I mean, how can you not be? It's great.
Yeah, I think you can also throw like "Hey Joe" on that list, maybe.
There are plenty of songs that you could throw in there for because a lot of them are the intro, guitar heavy kind of songs. But
that's classic.
It's so good. Jimi Hendrix fan.
I think I'll throw one more in.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna throw one more in, and it's gonna be a little more modern.
Yeah.
But it's still iconic, and it's "Do I Want to Know," the Arctic Monkeys.
What? Do I know this song? Oh, there it is.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, I do know that song.
Yeah.
Wow.
You'll know it when you hear it.
When I hear it, yeah.
But man, it
Good.
just rocks. It's another one of like the sporting songs. You'll go to a football game, you'll hear it. You go to a basketball game, you'll probably hear it. Yeah.
I hope so because I can't think of it right now.
Yeah, don't worry.
But I'll be amazed.
It's on the list.
I like it. I like that it's a very pop culture type reference.
Yeah, it's definitely newer.
Songs.
I don't know when that album came out, like 2010 or something.
Was it the one with the
wave?
The wave.
Audio
on it?
wave. Yeah.
That's a cool album cover.
Yeah.
That is a good one. Yeah. If I had to throw a bonus one in there, it's either going to be I'll pick one right now. It's going to be Iron Man by Black Sabbath.
Oof. Okay.
What's that? What's that about? I don't know if that's that iconic. I don't know if people really know that one.
It's
but
pretty iconic.
It could be played at an event.
Yeah.
I just personally like it. I think it's cool.
It's solid.
When you hear it in Iron Man by the movie Iron Man, they play that song. It's like, whoa, it's cool. That was a cool moment. Everybody felt that.
Those are good movies.
The
Iron Man movies.
Yeah.
Classic.
Like the first one too, because that started the whole thing. They came out with Iron Man, and then they went into this Marvel.
Yeah, but you can't say Iron Man started Marvel.
No. No, but he didn't start Marvel. But you know how Marvel movies have been such a thing since that movie.
I think because it gained popularity, they were like, "Hey, why don't we do some of the other like Marvel characters or put them all together?" You know.
Yeah. But that was great. But yeah, wonderful list that you have. I got to say, it's very well.
It's pretty solid.
You are the guitar player, so I would take your list over my list.
Hey, it's all relative.
It is relative. Let that be known. These lists are relative. There's probably a number of songs that if you are watching this, you're thinking of that we haven't mentioned, or maybe that you don't like about what we've chosen. So go ahead and comment below or reach out to us and share your list.
Sure.
And we'll talk about it. But like I said, this is just our iconic guitar riffs that we like and listen to.
Go check them out. I think that's it. We're keeping this one short.
Yeah, we'll keep this one a little bit shorter today and wrap it up here.
Yeah. That's it. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next week.
Peace out, guys.